Well, I'll tell you what I think.
President Obama, these are the facts. The GOP sees that they're successful when they are not cooperative. And they may be terrible at governing, but they are not terrible at playing politics. Here's how it goes. You agree to provide temporary extensions to the top earners in exchange for permanent tax cuts for the middle class. You lose a huge chunk of your base. The GOP claims credit for saving America from the largest tax increase in history, and when the economy improves, as it will, they will claim credit for that as well. The deficit explodes, which they will claim is your fault, and the voices of austerity will begin the process of shredding the social safety net. Your credibility with your base may be damaged to the point that someone wants to primary you. The ensuing battle allows the GOP to win the presidency in 2012, when they will be able to cut the social safety net loose for good. We are all prepared to sacrifice for the good of the nation. I would rather lose my tax cut than continue this lunacy for another minute. You want to preserve the middle class cuts? Push for separate legislation to give the middle class a tax cut. Pass them through reconciliation in the lame duck if necessary. Let the Bush tax cuts die with his legacy. In any case, the cuts for the most wealthy must end. Your base has not, does not, and will not support extension. Not for any reason.
Seriously, right?
Have you ever seen a space bag? You know, it sucks the air out. Well, this is what those cuts would do to America. In here are the middle class. In here are the elderly. In here are all the people who use the services and need the services to get by from day to day. So do we pay a little bit more? Or do we suck all the air out on the middle class?
If I wasn't such a sucker for you, I wasn't such a sucker for you, I wasn't such a sucker for you.
Let the tax cuts expire. The notion that tax cuts to the very wealthy create jobs is a f***ing joke. 25 months unemployed. I'm not laughing.
I certainly hope that President Obama will not cave in on this issue. I think, though, if the president does cave in, that'll probably doom his presidency.
I don't need money. What I need are questions answered. Question number one. Can I have some money?
Hi, President Obama. I just want to make sure I don't misunderestimate you. You are going to let the Bush tax cuts for the top 2% expire, right? That's not just a fool me once, can't get fooled again sort of thing. Because that would be really not good. That'd be really bad. So do a heck of a job. Just end it. Thanks.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Mr. President, this balloon represents what remains of the middle class. This knife represents the extension of the Bush tax cuts. The air comes out of the middle class, never to return. Do not extend those tax cuts.
No, that's not gonna do it.
The poor and the middle-class Americans are expendable to the Republicans. Don't fall into the same old traps that the GOP set. They know how to fight, bully, and instill fear to get what they want, with no compromise on their part. And they're willing to use American people as hostages in order to get their own way. And you, President Obama, would be playing the role of hostage negotiator.
At a time when people are struggling to save their houses, to put their kids through college, to put themselves through college, to keep a hold of a job or multiple jobs, who are just eking through, what does it say when you would consider extending tax cuts to people who make a heck of a lot of money?
Damned if you do and damned if you don't. So we need to expose the GOP for what they are doing. We need to educate the people. So it comes down to this. We voted for you, Barack Obama, to be our president, not John Boehner. Do not compromise your principles and your beliefs. It comes at a great expense. our expense.
Hey, President Obama. Listen, I know we took a bit of a shellacking this midterm, but hey, we still have the House for another month or so. So please, can't you wait until January before you give the Republicans all your lunch money?
You risk upsetting your own base, and many Democrats would not vote for you in 2012.
I definitely agree with you that extending the tax cuts that are currently in place for our middle class are probably our highest priority. But giving an additional tax cut to the wealthy of us, the ones that have almost half of our nation's wealth, it's just not being fiscally responsible.
I'm not rich, not even close to being rich. However, I'd be happy to pay more taxes if it meant helping out my fellow Americans. Yes, my fellow Americans who are unemployed, don't have health insurance, or they're going to crappy schools because the budget's been decimated. There's not even enough money for books. Wall Street got so much help from this country. We bent over backwards to help out Wall Street. When is Main Street going to get that same kind of help?
Help! 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 Change the way we talk about tax. I'm very middle class and a little scared because I've been unemployed for 15 months and I can't find a job. I have just a really small little kitchen. Can you see? It's really little, but it's okay. I mean, I like having a small kitchen. And those people who have great big huge kitchens and multiple kitchens and multiple homes, I just don't think that they should have a tax cut.
You to be unflappable in a crisis, but this is not the time to be unflappable. We also elected you to be the champion for the middle class that you said you were going to be.
The cuts for the most wealthy must end. Must end.
That's pretty much it.